Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, happy Friday. It is. What a wonderful day. And ladies and gentlemen, sometimes, man, it is just right on time is the place to be. Guys, Coach Kyle Evans, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Maps Coach, Bold Coach, all the things, getting to hang out with one of my besties for the resties, business partner, amazing brain, amazing husband and father, best coach in the world, Marcus Heflin. Good morning, sir.
What's up, buddy? What's up, team? What's up, fam? How we feeling on this Friday? I personally, man, Kyle, I gotta tell you, I got a little gut check this week on standards and best practices and everything of that nature. We'll get into it a little bit. And yet, man, oh man, happy to be here today, brother. What do we want to bring to good people for a finish strong Friday today?
Man, I love what you're saying. And this week we've been focused on the idea of clarity over chaos.
Yeah.
Clarity over chaos. How do we get clear in the storm? Do we like clarity or do we like chaos? We like to say, Marcus, that we like clarity, but the truth of the reality is our actions and our mindset shows that we have a passion and a propensity for chaos.
We do, and I think when chaos becomes the norm, when you calm it down, that is more chaotic internally because you're not used to it, right? Because we always want to go to the comfortable thing, the thing that we know, the thing that we've been able to manage before. I'll tell you though, man, this past week and taking on this new role that I've got, I'll go a personal experience and then we'll riff on it. Is I've been bouncing, man. It's been chaotic. It's been, let me manage this over here, let me sell this over here, let me recruit over. Whoo, right? And I thought I was just doing one job. We're realtors, right? Therapists, babysitters, all the things. Sometimes handymen. When you have all that going on, I've realized I was making the mistake that we always talk about in the room, and that's movement over achievement. And man, I'm moving, and I'm sitting there looking at all the metrics that I've laid out for myself and the standards and everything. I'm like, these aren't moving. What's going on here? I've been moving, but these are not moving. And it was a wonderful realization and a nice gut check because I've got accountability in my life. And I love the layer of accountability that I do have, because when you got somebody that can shoot you straight with love and it's somebody you respect and will take that information in, yes, like that's the perfect storm, in my opinion. But when I was sitting there, being able to adjust now after realizing, okay, this is maybe where we're falling short or where we're not staying focused. Now I get the opportunity to refocus that energy and to replot a plan, and maybe one with less on my agenda than more. And it's just really giving me a epiphany. I woke up this morning, no chaos, just full clarity. And I got to tell you, I got a little bounce in the step, Kyle. Watch out, baby. It's Friday.
Guys, Marcus and I, we have this running joke. We believe in laws of attraction. I'm sure a lot of you do as well. And we say that we're very synced up in business and life. And when something's happened to me, usually it's happening to Marcus. And you just saw Marcus has not been here this week, guys. And we've been talking about clarity over chaos. While we've been talking about it, my synced up brother over there has been living it, clarity over chaos. And he has come to the realization, and I promise you, we didn't plan it. It just happened like this, of what this final show in the series is about. It's living the life of clarity and not of chaos. And Marcus, I have this thing that I call the clarity loop. And let's see, buddy. Let's see if this falls pretty clear with what you just said. It is the 3 R's, Marcus, of the clarity loop. Number 1 is recognize.
Hold on. I just love that you're coaching me in front of all these people. I didn't know this was coming, and here we go. I love this. Go ahead, Kyle. Rip me to shreds in front of everybody.
Recognize is the first R of the clarity loop. Guys, you got to catch when you're slipping into the noise, or as Marcus might have said, overcommitting or multitasking or feeling reactive. The first one is recognize. Marcus, has that shown up for you this week?
Yes, and I'll tell you, the best way that I have realized how to recognize when that's popping up is having accountability. Sometimes it's you, bud. Sometimes Sometimes it's somebody else in my life. It's in
Mhm.
personal life. It could be like a fitness coach sometimes if you're going toward the health battle. But for me, recognition comes from somebody holding me accountable to the things that I said I was going to do. Because sometimes when I'm in movement, I justify so many things here. And yet somebody hold me to the ground. Those things don't matter. This does. Focus here first. So recognize comes in that form for me.
I'm glad again we're synced up on this, guys. When we talk about words Friday, recognizing things, let's just go there. I've got 3 coaches. Marcus has a coaches and accountability in his life, and that's just coaches, man. I've got my wife, my spouse, my business partners, Marcus, Lyric, to hold me accountable and help me recognize things. I find it extremely almost impossible to be able to recognize things with clarity and focus by yourself because you're biased and you got blinders on.
And when you work really hard, doesn't mean you're working efficiently. When you work really hard, you feel pride in that hard work, that 50, 60, 70-hour work week, which I pray you don't stay in long. You feel pride that you showed up and did that. And if somebody says that's not what you should have done, you're like, but all that effort and all that work and all that, you're saying it's not worth it? I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm saying it's not the best form of you. And we're looking to get the best form.
And so that, just like butter, moves into the second R, which is review. First, we got to recognize, guys, then we got to review. You got to ask yourself a question like this. Hey, what actually matters? Marcus said it without even knowing it. He said, I'm looking at my standards, I'm looking at the goals, I'm looking at the results, and I'm seeing what's moving and what's not. And what now do I need to do? First, we got to recognize, then we got to review.
I love you, and my standards don't give a damn.
Yeah, man.
That's what Gary Keller said. And I have used that, and man, oh man, needed to use it on myself.
Sure.
And when you set that standard, Kobe Bryant said this. I always go back to this, man. I love this quote. He would make a fitness plan, a meal plan, a shoot around plan, a business plan at the end of the season for the summer. And he said it was great. He said, once I signed that contract with myself, that was the standard I was held to. And he had a mental power like here, right? Maybe he didn't need as much accountability. And yet, when you sign a contract with yourself, share that with that person who's going to hold you to the ground and just show up for that. And man, eliminate everything else. And I promise you, you move that arena in your life, everything else becomes easier.
You know, Marcus, I think the problem is that we're talking to a bunch of people who write contracts for a living. And
Yeah.
so the contracts they're writing for themselves are steeped with contingency plans and loopholes and
And
ways to get out.
and counter offers.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Guys, when you make that contract with yourself, are you getting rid of the contingencies? Are you burning the plan B? There's a statement that says burn the boats. Means there's no other way out. And like you said, Kobe Bryant was a master
Yeah.
of commitment in that. He said, quote, once I make the deal with myself or the contract with myself, I don't renegotiate. It just is what it is. That's what we're doing. So you got to recognize, you got to review. And then the last R of the clarity loop.
One
Oh, go
second,
ahead.
Bob. 1 second, Bob. I'm sorry. You said something about Kobe, and you said, once he made that, then there was no negotiation, there was no way out. I think a lot of people, they start renegotiating versus their standard because they get into it and they realize, oh, this is harder than I thought it would be. Oh, this requires more effort than I thought it would be. I thought it would be this road that was all nice and paved and beautiful. And now I'm looking at this rocky terrain and uphill, that requires cardio, Kyle. And I'm not big on that, right? So when you don't adjust your standard and the path changes, that just requires more effort to get there. And yet it doesn't make it less worthy of the pursuit. In fact, the harder it is, the more proud you get to become of yourself once you cross the finish line.
The road to heaven feels like hell.
Oh,
The road to hell feels like heaven.
I swear, it's like a walking fortune cookie, and I love it. I love it.
That's it. It's Fortune Cookie Friday, man. So, guys, we recognize, we review, and then the last one here is we reset. We recognize, we review, and reset. When we say reset, we mean we got to cut what's unnecessary. We got to reestablish focus, and we got to move forward with one clear action, just like the Black Mamba, just like Kobe. Once we reset, there is no renegotiation. There's not a fourth R. The fourth R is not renegotiate, it's reset, and we're moving forward. Marcus, this week, man, it sounds like you have taken the time to recognize with yourself, with your accountability in your world. It sounds like you've reviewed and taken the deep, in what a lot of people don't do, the deep dive into yourself and your own standards, and saw what's working, what's not. What am I going to stand for? What am I going to fall for? And what I heard you say in the very beginning of this episode is you've reset your commitment level to what's important, to what you're focusing on. Look at that right there.
Yeah, I had to take it. I had to get everything going on in here, right? So many departments, so many opportunities, buddy. We've got pursuits. We've got pursuits internally. We got pursuits personally. We got all kinds of things. And man, I just got everything out here. And then from this chaos came the clarity of my next 90 days. And when I have clarity on my next 90, then I can easily have clarity on my next 30, and by default, my next 14, and by default, my next 7, and by default, tomorrow, right? And just reverse, reverse, reverse until you get, this is success today. Let me go after this. I don't have to worry about all this stuff. I've worried about it. I've put it on the board. It's not going anywhere. I just know the first domino I get to knock down. So let's go knock that down, and then I get to revisit the board. Woo! Let's go.
Let's go, guys. We talked about that in the bold room this week, man. We talked about the someday goal to the now goal. And you just said it in even a shorter sprint, because I know you like the sprint mentality. Hey, what is the end of the 90 days? What should it look like? Great. Now that I know that, what's 60 look like? Great. What does 30 look like? Great. What does 7 look like? Great. What does today look like?
And when you get clarity on your day of work, then you get clarity on sleeping well, because you know you did, going home and putting your phone down because you know your work was complete in a successful manner. I don't know, man. Discipline equals freedom. We've said that before. It's been said by G.R.O.W. tons of times, and it never leaves. This foundational principle never leaves us. So let's endorse it and embrace it more often.
Man, here's the truth of the matter. Because again, guys, one of the things that I get wrong, and let me speak for myself here, and I'll probably speak for Marcus too, because it sounds like he's the same way, is we have to understand that true clarity over chaos is a lifestyle. It's not a moment.
Oh, man.
A lot of time, yeah, dude, we treat it like a moment, right? When we feel the chaos of the world and we get to that clarity loop, we do it in the moment, and then the world actually creeps back in because we're not treating it like a lifestyle. The truth is this, and we all know it deep down: chaos ain't going anywhere. The world is not getting quieter. Our business is not getting simpler, and life surely isn't slowing down. We got to stop treating it like a moment and more like a lifestyle.
So suffice to say that there should be some kind of daily practice to create clarity on your goals for the day. Maybe it's waking up earlier, and I'm talking 15 minutes earlier. Guys, I'm not looking to change your life and say 3 hours earlier, up at 3 a.m. And no, I'm not asking you to do, what is it, Mark Wahlberg? He's up at 2 a.m. No. Get yourself 15 minutes and dedicate 15 minutes to, what does my day look like for a success? Do I know my one thing that's going to move every arena forward in my life? And give yourself that gift. Don't take it away from lead gen. Don't take it away from family. Selfish things are done best at unselfish times. So wake up a little bit earlier and do it for you. Get clarity, and you'll feel more powerful.
To tie a bow on it, it's been a good week, man. It's been coaching myself, apparently coaching Marcus, while Marcus is living in the chaos storm. And now I'm fighting to move to clarity, choosing that, by the way, guys. He chose that. It didn't just happen. That board didn't just magically come up with a crystal clear plan. He had to drop his ego, accept help and constructive criticism where it came. And then he had to roll his sleeves up and say, what needs to happen now? So, guys, I got 5 laws for you because Marcus said it needs to be like a daily habit. So, I'm going to give you 5 laws to tie a bow on this series this week. Number 1 is decide fast, adjust slow. Clarity comes from action, not overthinking. Number 2, one target at a time. Precision beats busyness every day. Number 3, communicate what matters. And you've heard me say this before, unspoken expectations lead to unmet expectations. Unspoken priorities don't exist. Marcus is communicating what matters because he wrote it on the dadgum board. It's not in his head. It's not something that no one else understands what's happening, or a plan that doesn't exist, or we're hoping that everyone's mind readers. It's literally written in black and white.
Hey, and you know what? Unspoken expectations lead to future resentments too.
That's right.
Resentments for your performance, resentments for people in your world that you didn't give clarity and didn't set expectations. Internally, you're just setting yourself up for resentment. Love that, man.
Number 4, Marcus. Here we go. This one's for you. Protect your focus like it's your freedom.
Oh, I like that. I feel like I need to put like a USA bandana on right now when you say that.
Your focus is your freedom. It
Yeah.
is. And guess what? The world is every day fighting to take it from you. The last one here. Oh, go ahead.
Well, the world that we're living in is social media based. The new gold is data and attention, right? And if they get your attention, that's exactly where they need you to be, because then they get more company ad dollars and everything of that nature. So knowing that attention is gold, your time is gold. How do you protect it? Very well said, bud.
Number 5, the last one, return to center daily. Clarity isn't just found once, it's chosen over and over. That's it. It's that simple. It's that simple and it's that hard, guys. Decide fast, adjust slow, one target at a time, communicate what matters, protect your focus like it's your freedom, and return to center daily. The laws aren't sexy. They're not. But they'll save you when life gets loud again, because guess what? Life's going to get loud again. It
Has a tendency
is.
to do that. Has a tendency to do that. Here's the great thing. The rules may not be sexy, however, the results will be. So do the boring, mundane task, show up consistently, do the thing over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden, look at your bank account, look at your life, and look at the choices you get to make with it.
Guys, people, agents, friends, countrymen, lend me your ears. You can do this or you cannot. The choice is yours, and there's no judgment from us either way. You get to choose your fate in this world. You get to choose what your life looks like. That's one of the beautiful things about the gift of life that you have, is you get to choose what it looks like. If you're in real estate, here's the beautiful truth. You get to choose how much money you make. So guess what? If your bank account doesn't look like the way you want it to, you chose that. If your world isn't clear the way you want it to, you chose that. If you don't know where you're going or why you're going, you chose that. And it's okay if you chose that before, because guess what? Today is a new day. And you have the chance to choose again. You have the chance to choose clarity instead of chaos. You have the chance to surround yourself with coaches like Marcus instead of cheerleaders. You have the chance to lower your ego and be open to constructive criticism. You have the chance to take that constructive criticism and, just like Marcus, just giving you flowers here, buddy, make a plan around it to execute it. Because you can have reasons or results, buddy. We can't have both.
I'll share my final thoughts for the day.
Send it, buddy.
The ego version of me was the least abundant, was the most broke, was the most stressed out, the ego version. So don't let that ego, that pride of not doing something different, right? Don't let, hey, I'm here. This is my version. This is what I do. Don't let that get in your way. Because if you're looking for a different bank account, if you're looking for a different vacation, if you're looking for a different physique, whatever it is, if you don't have it, those activities are not going to get you there. So let that set aside, leave it, and then move forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the beautiful, the magnificent, the magnanimous Marcus Heflin, Coach Kyle Evans hanging out with you. We will see you next week. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Thursday of next week is our 1-year anniversary. So thanks for being along for the ride. And we'll have something special for you that day. Love you, mean it. Choose clarity over chaos and go finish strong Friday. Marcus Heflin.
Chef's kiss, baby. See y'all.